Well, I know y'all saw what happened yesterday, and the community post, and the clip says kind of going viral, saying this quote right here on the shocking plot twist of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid book. I mean, fan fiction. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, you know who it is. Maple Maggie here and all that stuff. I know a bunch of people were asking me this question about what I'm gonna do with it. What are my plans to do it on this channel or something? What the fuck is breaking itching? I know it's funny to see the towel saying that this quote was from yesterday's stream, which is kind of funny. Yeah, that's what it's referencing. That's what makes it even more strange. But yeah, I don't know anything else as he has since the Hell Never Saga is still on, kind of on the run, but I'm not sure about it. It might take you down. I don't know, but yeah. If you saw the previous one, I'm gonna show y'all this real quick. Just I was confused about what she was doing. This is what happened. Everything started to add up. Just then, I figured it out. She revealed. This is the quote. Bro, she's a trans? She's trans? No. No, bro. She's trans? That's what it's referencing. Kind of one of the weirdest fanfics I've ever fucking seen in my entire life. Something. I'll probably do that next week or something. But yeah, still working on the script. That was kind of shocking to see that twist. And at the same time, it was super unexpected too. That one shocked me the most. I am back, my. The first one was a lot funnier and more serious than that one. Shit. She was doing until everything started to add up. Just then, I figured it out. She revealed. Wait. Another reaction. Holy, she's trans? trans? What? What? No way that she's trans. No, bro. No, bro. That's insane for a plot twist like this. That's insane.
Probably the best part in the entire stream is my reaction to the plot twist. But yeah, we're gonna start. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. She's trans. The quote's been going. The quote's been going viral. So yeah. I don't know if I can still do it, but oh shit. But yeah, since we're talking about fanfics with insane plot twist. Suggest me a random fanfic to react so you can see more funny bullshit.
Have you ever watched a movie twice?
Or you can just continue with, after we continue with this quick Hello Neighbor saga. I don't know, this is going to be an episode or something, but yeah, I know y'all love the plot twist. Probably one of the funniest ones I've ever said is the insane plot twist that happened. Probably might go viral, but it is already, so yeah. Ah, shit, my fucking battery. That is insanely funny. Almost heavy. Hold on. Shit. Send me whatever they have a funny plot twist they got. So yeah, I'm trying to search for one. I already have one, but I just choose to keep that private. So yeah, I'm not sure if I want to continue on or something. Hold on. But yeah, we're gonna react to some more fanfics that are so cursed. What's this? Greg the Furry. Zombie Apocalypse. All because of Uncle Gary. What is this? What is this? Don't have November 2.
It's time for Uncle.
We're just reacting some more whatever fanfics they got. Something with an insane plot twist. Something. Suggest me a random one and in the live chat or in the comment section.
Operation Mary 250. Yeah. We're gonna go see Young Washington. Alright, so a sequel to.
I think we already read this. Yeah, we already read that one, so it's probably one of the most insane things I've seen.
Basically.
Or 200 million books sold. What the? Why am I getting Furious 7 on? I don't know. Yes, we'll continue the Dark Wimpy Kid saga now. Actually, that's the new one. It's not a diary. We're gonna check out
Just
Greg.
disclaimer before I start this. I don't know anything about furries.
We're gonna review this one. We're gonna call this one Greg is a fur or something like that. Or probably, yeah, it's an archive everywhere. Might be posting on my own, but yeah, be sure to check that hilarious reaction out.
Greg uses some weird, furry language book. Oh, whoa. I'm sick of my family. Most of whoa. Hey, what is an whoa? I always see that. What's an whoa? Or an ooh-woo. I don't know what that is. I'm really sick of my family. They won't support me finally going out of my room and going to conventions and are really disrespectful to me.
Hold on real quick. Let me switch the thing. Dick Wolf? What is Dick Wolf doing here? FBI is still going to this day, so I don't know if it's going to end after 8 seasons.
Yesterday, Roderick, who's really attractive, by the way. Hey, you can't argue with that.
Bro! You're saying he's attractive? Ugh! That's your own fucking brother, man.
Just punched me again, even though I made it clear to him that I don't like spontaneous BDSM. BDSM, isn't that like Black Death Suicide Metal or something? You freaking furry. My brother.
I know what BDSM means. It's basically torture.
Humiliation fetish. Don't worry about the lack of YIF drawing. What's a YIF drawing? Every 2 pages will be lewd UWU. But the rest will describe my experience as an oppressed member of society.
Oh boy, this is not going to be good.
Friday. Why is this page so small? I know I'm supposed to post furry GIF on every even page, but today while I tried to film a scene, Roderick said, "What the hell are you doing, Greg? I thought you cleaned the toilet." Then you're so hot, Roderick.
Oh, that's
then he
the
shooed
quality.
me away and said, "Whatever, it's not like I expected you to be a valuable member of society."
I wish I could react to this on my computer, but
GIFs.
my sound isn't working, so...
Also, disclaimer, thankfully Greg isn't a furry for the whole thing of this book. Only like the first 5 pages, and then...
yeah, it's a lot darker later, than the Loud Cess ones.
I would not be reading this because this is very painful for me. Saturday. I'm so excited.
I read some of them. Some got me confused.
I should say OVO, because Drake. Shout out
some
to Drake.
Disgusted me.
OVO tomorrow was going to be your rainforest, and I told everyone in my class about it. But they reacted weird. Yeah, you trip them, Shirag. You trip them. I just finished putting all the, I'll just say phallic objects and stuff like that. Mom says I'm a big boy for finally going outside.
Mommy says I'm a big boy.
I even
what?
fell asleep in my fursuit. UWU.
Oh no, bro.
Okay, like what the? Okay, this whole page, like this is all blurred out because like it's all just like this would just get taken off of YouTube immediately. Like, let's just say, Greg, this guy, I don't know what's going on.
That is nasty,
yeah, he's at FurryCon and he's doing his thing. He's having fun because I can't read any of this. Okay.
Oh no, bro.
Whatever. Sunday. Today was day 1 of rainforest.
What is this?
It was exactly
what is this?
Vibrator noises.
What the fuck is this? Nah, bro. At the Wild House, his fanfics were a lot more weird. I guess this one's a lot weird. Wait, no, hold on. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Wait a minute. I thought the NAHH fanfics were disgusting, but some were decent. I guess I don't know. I'm not sure about that one, but yeah. But Darvel Whippy kids or fuck, I can't even speak for shit, bro. I'll just type that in. Yeah. I watched that guy's channel. Watch it every single day, and I love before he starts joking about it. It's hilarious. All right, let's get back to it.
After the group session, we got together and slept in our sleeping sacks. Yes, we tried YIF, but the evil beardo guy didn't allow midnight sessions. OMO. Yeah. I don't know what that is. I shared my toys with my furry friends, and we played together in the group room, if you know what I mean. I think we all know what you mean, Greg. I don't think you're fooling anybody.
Bro, this had me speechless.
I can't wait for the next 2 days. Maybe I'll even get to use the glory hole someone drilled in a door. OVO.
Drake.
Saturday. You might be wondering why I haven't continued my diary for a while. Well, it has for this one simple reason. I'm ashamed of it. Thank you. Oh, it's over. After Rowley accidentally hit my head at FurCon, the first thing I noticed was how I was surrounded by a bunch of degenerates. Then it hit me. I suddenly wasn't a furry anymore. It's like my IQ score just doubled instantly. So I left FurCon and threw all of my furry stuff away in my room. The next thing to do will probably be deleting my search history, because holy crap, I really have to puke every time I open Google. Sunday.
Wait, I've heard of different those.
If you're reading this right now, you probably believe what I'm
nasty.
saying, but wow. Today a group of furries tried to beat me up. It's like they're part of some kind of mafia organization or something.
Motherfuckers think this is a cult, bro. Nobody knew that I was furry until I revealed it a couple of years ago or something like that. I kept that site hidden for a while until I finally brought it back.
As if they felt betrayed because I left the furry community. The fact that I outright told them that there's some degenerates might have something to do with it. But I got my arm broken right after swimming class. But I still don't think I deserve that treatment. Jeez Louise, these guys are like a cult. Why'd you betray us?
I think you found it on Patreon.
Monday. I really must say that I'm proud of what I did last night.
I tried searching
After
for the
I finished
original ones
my
on
diary,
somewhere.
I sneaked into the school and hung up anti-furry posters as a reaction to my arm getting broken. It hurt really freaking much to tape those posters on the wall, but it was definitely worth it. Seriously, those faces of the furries at our school are unimaginable. I'm extremely lucky I separated myself from that community. Right now, I'm planning my next big thing against those degenerates, and boy, that one will be priceless.
Oh,
Bulldoze furries. Stop furries now. No OVO, though. Oh, no, why not OVO, bro? I love Dake.
Dake?
No
Dake.
OVO zone, sorry. Tuesday. Well, hello, UWU. I must tell you about a bad thing that happened.
I want to joke about that.
I accidentally hit my head again at my room, and now I'm full-on furry. Now my dad seems like...
Anyone can guess who could be writing this? Oh, there's the link. I found it. Oh, there it is. I found the page. Thanks to someone who randomly gave out the link.
He's crying because he's so proud. I invited my furry friend to yiff me in the basement, and when they did the usual foreplay, Dad said, "What the hell, Greg? Why is your IQ dropped to 4 again?" They said they were very happy to see me again. I'm sad that there will be no conventions in my area. Because of that, I plan my own now. Bye. Wednesday. Hello again. I'm preparing for the yiff in the basement as I'm writing on this page. What is a yiff? What is it? Why does he keep saying that? What does that mean? But first I have to send Rowley out of the house.
I know what yiff means.
UWU. Not for kids. I'm not saying UW. I'm not saying what UW spells. You have self-respect. I'm sorry. Okay, so you might be wondering why I suddenly stopped there. The reason is because I hit my head again while writing the entry.
Yeah, I thought
and now
it was
I'm really scared. Do I have a personality I don't know about? Holy crap.
Yeah, I'm putting this
Come
there
yiff
just because
us,
it's
Greg.
funny.
Oh, and the yiff friends. I forgot about them. Wednesday. I told my mom that I was sick, but in reality, I just needed some rest. I spent most of the time thinking about what's happening to me. Why am I constantly switching between furry and decent person? Do I need a psychologist? I have no idea. I'm gonna be kind of scared. I think I don't want to ever drive a bike if that means there's a risk I suddenly become a mongoloid again. So when I cleaned the hallway, Mom forced me to, there was a heavy knocking on the door. Just one look through the window showed me that the furries are on the hunt again. Looks like I need a hiding spot. Thursday. I just finished working on what I proudly called the intelligence keeper. Basically, it's an old
intelligence keeper.
Okay, I can't say that. An old phallic object again, on which I sawed the basketballs off. But boy, does it punch heads well. I tested on Rowley and he winced in pain and said he probably had a concussion. I found a perfect hiding spot in case the furries are hunting me again, but I'm not stupid enough to write it down in the book. I'll for now just write in this journal that the plan I was talking about earlier made some progress. Let's see if it'll work. Friday. Even though I have all my tools to survive, I still need to understand my second personality.
I'll watch the Law House one after this.
I went over to Rowley to knock me over the head, and then, after letting me write in my journal, knocked me over again. He said something about not being out for revenge or some crap, but I told him it's just what friends do to each other. He finally agreed when I told him I'll punch him in the head twice after the experiment. Let's see the results. I'm really anticipated on what my furry thinks of this right now. I guess monetization
is a son of a bitch.
Still Friday. Hi, this is Rowley writing. Greg told me to write down everything weird he does. Okay, for a second I thought Rowley became the furry, and I was just, that was 13th reason, honestly. Rowley's too pure.
Hold on, pause it real quick. There we go.
Anyway, so I guess I'll use the diary he brought for it. I hope he won't mind. The first thing he did was to call his friends and invite them to yiff. Okay, what is that? I feel like that's something inappropriate. Should I be saying that? I don't know what is yiff. However, it looks like he was refused, so he proceeded to take his weird rubber thing and shove it up his poopy hole.
What?
Yiff me, daddy. Oh, Theo, while doing so. Then he peed milk all over the floor. No idea. Whoa.
Pause, bro. Pause, bro. If it sounds gay, it's gay, man. All right, let's continue on.
Whoa. I read it, but I didn't read it, if you know what I mean. Like, I was saying the words, but wasn't comprehending for a second. I'm at a loss for words right now.
Yeah, me too.
Anyway,
me too.
I don't know how, but he peed milk. It was sticky, and said it was for breeding. UWU. I think the experiment is done, so I'll hit him over the head again after I finish writing. I don't want to hurt him.
Please do, bro. Please
do.
Hurting
him isn't enough, bro. This is too much. Saturday. Nice to see you again. Rowley refused to hit my head a second time. No, why, Rowley? Why? You had one job. No, please, no more of this. I can only take so much. Anyway, I still want to yiff.
Bro, what is this? Yeah. I can't even finish this anymore. I'm skipping all the way to this.
Inside this box is more than meets the eye.
That was so weird.
More selection. Friday. This morning I
All right,
woke up with a
something
headache,
interesting.
Probably because I drank 3 cans of energy right before going to bed. Anyway, I looked at my alarm clock and I noticed I was
something
1.5
that this is a lot
hours
better
late
than the
for
last
school.
one.
This angered me because I rely on Mom to wake me up for school, and she forgot
This one is
When
the
I walked
zombie
downstairs, I saw
apocalypse.
everyone gathered around the TV, so I asked Mom what was going on. Breaking news. Apparently, the zombie apocalypse has begun. They said that the zombies are spreading rapidly and that we have to evacuate.
Okay, something a lot better than the
schools are still open, though. Mom said we need to pack our stuff and leave. Well, I have watched many zombie movies before, and I know
I watched a lot.
that there isn't a better place.
Yeah, I watched a lot, played a lot, and seen how it goes. I'm a huge fan of zombie apocalypse, and I love apocalypse stuff. It's really awesome.
To be in a zombie apocalypse than a small little town, but Mom said that there was no time for arguing, so I just did what she said. We might have packed a little too much. I mean, I don't think we need a full golf club to set this
Yeah, you do need it.
We have been driving for a few minutes and the car is already making weird noises. I'm not an expert, but this is not going to end well.
Oh, this ain't good.
Mom said that in order to protect ourselves, we all need to have firearms on ourselves.
Wait, what is this? Zombieland?
Gave Manny the automatic rifle. Are you serious? I only got a small 9mm Glock 17. I asked Manny if he wanted to trade guns, but he aimed his rifle at me and said no. No! Fuck you, bitch!
Bro said, fuck you, bitch. I'm done, bro. It's just disgusting. I already seen both movies. I've seen Shaun of the Dead. Probably should binge more, so yeah. I already seen The Walking Dead. Plus, I hate the show. It doesn't even make any sense. I don't know why it's good anyway.
He aimed the gun at his own head and then pulled the trigger. I thought that was pretty funny until he shot himself. I feel like I was the only one himself. I feel like I was the only one who felt bad about it. Mom and Dad said this was a good thing because now he didn't have to experience the apocalypse. Roderick laughed and considered himself the funniest man in the world. I guess the rifle is mine now. A few minutes ago, we had our first zombie encounter. That thing looked gross. I am looking forward to shooting those motherfuckers up. Anyway, we came across a radio tower in the middle of nowhere. Dad said that this could be our chance of survival, so he stopped the car next to the tower. He told us that one of us had to climb the tower in order to contact the emergency services.
Okay, this is interesting.
Just to be clear, I am really scared of heights. I ain't even coming near that tower. But apparently Roderick thought it would be a fun experience. So we gave him our phone and there he went. 15 minutes later, he was almost at the top. He yelled something at us, but we could not hear him.
Uh-oh.
Blah, 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 blah.
I think he's dead.
After he descended, he told us that he saw a big survivor camp in the distance. We all got super hyped, and I finally felt some hope. We hopped back in the car and drove in the direction Roderick told us. A few minutes into our trip, a different car came speeding in the wrong direction.
Uh-oh.
Dad had no time to react, and we crashed into the other car. After the crash, I woke up next to the road. I could see our car in the far distance. I think I was ejected through the front window or something, because I couldn't really recall walking away from the car. I ran to our car to check if the others were alive, but they were all dead, except for Roderick. He was nowhere to be found. I think what happened to me is what happened to Roderick, but I guess I will never know how my bro died. It's getting dark and I don't know what to do. I think I'm gonna try and start our car. If that doesn't work, I need to find a place to sleep.
Guess you gotta go TDI on them.
I have been trying to hack into our car, but still no success. This fucking shit box uses a chip to engage the ignition instead of a simple key. Man, fucking shit-ass box for real. Guess I'll be sleeping in the goddamn forest then. I packed some food and water from the car.
Oh, that is bad. No flashlight.
Stupid because I forgot to
bad
bring a
move.
flashlight.
You need light to. Bro, you need light to live too. Here. This is what you need to live on a zombie apocalypse: food, water, any weapon, and light. All of this for survival.
Found a neat little spot to settle down, so I closed my eyes and enjoyed the sunset.
Shelter
It's
too.
kind of ruined because I could count my mom's limbs next to the car, which was a little unsettling. I have to say, even though I was practically laying on top of an ant's nest,
that's gonna hurt.
I was pretty comfortable. Saturday, when I woke up, I felt like a wreck. Although I slept really fucking well, those ants crawled in my ears and shit. Well, it is finally the weekend. Kinda hoped I would be playing Twisted Wizard with Rowley today, but I have to focus on some other problems.
I've been playing Dead Island for a while.
I noticed the car was gone, so I was stuck here. I was thirsty, and my dumbass forgot to bring more than half a bottle of water with me. I walked a few miles into the forest in the hope of finding water until I heard a sound coming from the bushes.
Bro.
It was a zombie. I tried to stay as still as possible in hopes the zombie wouldn't notice me, and guess what? The motherfucker must be blind or something, because what stupid fuck can't see what is happening 8 feet in front of them? I remained motionless for a few minutes until I was sure that the zombie had moved away. To be honest, I am not really scared of them. Seems that they are not even that hostile to humans. From all those years of playing Twisted Wizard, I thought zombies would be extremely hostile. Maybe they are, but they are blind as shit. I finally came across a small creek in the middle of the forest. The current was pretty strong, so it was safe to drink. Okay, I have got to be honest here. Kinda like it this way. I feel like I have infinite freedom now. I don't have to do homework or the dishes or anything like that. But on the other side, I miss my old life and I miss my family. They did not deserve to die. Who knows? Maybe I will run into them, but as zombies.
Infection?
This may sound weird, but I also miss school. Well, only part of it. I miss my friends and all the beautiful girls. But I do not miss the others. I bet those motherfuckers can't even survive a few hours in this situation. Well, I hope they can't, because they already are enough monsters I have to run away from. Okay, so there is an important choice I have to make. I can go back to the road and set up my camp there, or go deeper into the forest. I decided to make my way deeper into the forest so I wouldn't be seen that easily. But that also meant that it would be
the road should have been an easier option.
Whilst making my way further into the forest, I came across a small little hut. That could be the perfect shelter. The walls were made from stone. It had an iron door and it was covered in bushes. I went inside and I couldn't have asked for a better place. This thing has a bed and toilet. While I was making myself comfortable, I heard something. I don't know if it was a zombie or a human, so I hid in the corner. Is someone there? The footsteps seemed to get closer to the hut, up to a point where I knew he was at the door. Luckily, I locked the door, so I thought he wouldn't come in, but he started knocking violently. It became louder and louder until I was questioning if the door could even hold that amount of force. But then, bam!
To be continued. Those all parts. Where are the others? Dragon Ball Z.
Hello, everybody.
Alright.
I didn't expect to sort of see him with these songs.
Click
there now to download Character AI for free. To
Dude,
create your own characters to chat.
Your AI bullshit. What
What would you do The next morning you woke up.
Oh, never mind. We got another one at least.
Zombie apocalypse. Actually, you know what? I don't give a shit. What would Greg
Same
do in a
guy
zombie
who talked
apocalypse?
about the,
well, fear not. We don't have to worry because
one.
he went through it. Ladies and gents, this is going to be a story. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the zombie apocalypse. You heard that right. Greg is in the middle of a zombie apocalypse. Is he going to survive? Is his family going to survive? Are his friends going to survive?
Who
I don't know.
knows?
Now, this story was made by insert funny username 7. If you want to check them out, first link in the description will take you to their Reddit page. And right before we hop in, of course, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure to put on a notification bell because these videos are going to be paddling out. Now, let's hop into Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the zombie apocalypse. Monday. Today started off as a normal day. Me and my best friend Rowley were playing Twisted Wizard in my bedroom when a strange newscast interrupted our gameplay. Breaking news. Reports of the dead rising from their graves. Rowley seemed pretty scared.
This was inspired by The Walking Dead or something like that.
That it must have been some sort of prank. About 20 minutes go by, and me and Rowley both hear noises coming from downstairs. At first I thought it was my mom and dad, but they wouldn't usually make so much noise.
True.
I then shrugged it off as being Roderick moving some of his band equipment about, but just as I thought that, I started to hear faint groaning noises. Rowley started to cry as he thought it was a spooky ghost. Myself, being more rational, thought it could have been someone who was hurt. So I walked down the stairs, with Rowley sobbing like a little bitch behind me. As I got nearer to the kitchen where the noise was coming from, I could hear a car pull into the driveway. As I got to the window to see who it was, I saw Roderick in his van. I noticed how scared Roderick looked, which was really surprising to me, when I heard Rowley start to scream. As I turned around, I saw someone had grabbed onto Rowley and was trying to bite him. I completely froze when Roderick burst through the door and sucker punched Rowley's attacker. Roderick managed to knock the poor bastard down, but immediately...
Oh yeah, did you know in the movies that Jeff Kinney was actually Holly's dad? Like, you know, Jeff Kinney, the guy who made it, the guy who created it, is actually Holly's dad in the movies. Diary of a Wimpy Kid play fan fiction about him? Oh, no, bro.
It started to stand back up. I lifted Rowley off from the floor, and the three of us ran into the kitchen. I slammed the door just as that thing was about to run headfirst into me, gritting its teeth like it was going to bite me. Roderick didn't even give it a second thought before he threw the fridge in front of the door. I immediately yelled at him for doing something so stupid, but he just said that I should be thanking him for saving my life. You should be thanking me. I just saved your life. I had to admit, he was right. If he hadn't been there, God knows what would have happened to me and Rowley. I then pulled out my phone and tried to phone for the police. However, the call just kept cutting out.
I guess the police are zombies too.
Unavailable to take my call. This was bullshit. I turned to Roderick and asked what was going on. He told me that the zombie apocalypse had just happened and that the dead are walking the streets.
Yeah, he did on the third one.
What had attacked Rowley.
Wait, no, the second one, my fault.
Roderick said that the first thing we should do is secure the house and kill the zombie in our hallway. I told Roderick that it was a good idea, but that I had no idea how we were going to kill the zombie. Roderick suggested we find Dad's pistol, while Rowley said that we should just ask him nicely to leave. Obviously, I thought Roderick's idea was better, so we opened the cupboard under the sink and pulled out Dad's gun. I had never held or fired a gun before, so I let Roderick do all the work. We all agreed that it would be a really dumb idea to just charge out there and try to kill the zombie. So we came up with a plan where me and Rowley would open the door only enough so the zombie can poke its head through. Roderick's job would be to then kill the zombie by blowing its ugly head off with that gun. It took all three of us to lift the fridge off the floor, and I'd be lying to you if I told you that I wasn't shaking at the thought of opening that door. I looked over at Rowley, who I could tell was about to cry, and gave him a nod. We both cracked the door open, but for some reason Rowley decided to look through the gap. He began screaming as he let go of the door. Whatever was on the other side came flying at me, and I wasn't strong enough to hold it back. Even though I was completely pissed, Rowley decided to bail on me like that. A part of me didn't blame him. This thing was hideous. Roderick must have punched it really hard in all the commotion earlier. I didn't really
Which one? The first one? The remake? Second? Third? Fourth? Fifth? Sixth? Seven?
I just froze. Roderick ran up to it and put a bullet in its head. That was enough to send it hurling backwards and onto the ground right next to me. This time,
damn,
it didn't get back up. After taking a moment to look at this thing's body, I turned to give Riley a piece of my mind for totally bailing on me just now, and for putting my life into danger. But when I turned, he wasn't there. Me and Roderick both went into a panic, thinking he had left the house, when I saw his legs poking out from under the table. I asked him what he was doing, but that just triggered some sort of emotional reaction from him, and he started saying how we should just leave him to die. Truth is, Greg, I'm not as strong as you or Roderick, emotionally or physically. The thought that my parents and everyone I love is dead is too much.
Let it be a man.
I can't do this. I can't go on. I told him to stop being a wimp and to help me and Roderick board up the windows in case more of those things come. Eventually, the promise of a box of drummies was enough to convince that fat fuck to start helping us. Roderick quickly ran into the garage to grab some plywood and tools so we could start barricading the doors and the windows of the house, just so no more of these things could get in. One thing we hadn't realized earlier, though, is that the noise must attract these things. So when I looked outside, there was a horde stumbling over to our house. I quickly ran up.
Pause real quick. Alright, let's get it. My hands are fucking tired from holding this shit. I should have used. I want to use it. What the fuck?
Over to Roderick, who then told me he had already seen it from upstairs. Apparently the horde was hundreds of zombies thick. There was no way we could possibly leave the house now. Okay, I say they open the door and they throw Riley out there. I'm just saying, they already established that Riley's a little on the chubby side, right? So that would be more than enough for a couple zombies to start munching on him for them to get a quick getaway. So in my opinion, this is what I would do. It's probably not what they're going to do. Open the door, throw Riley's fat ass out there, distract them at the front, and dip out the back. That's the best way to get out of this.
Oh my god, Old Spice, what the fuck?
For me, most mornings start with a run. Then I head home and shower, which is way more exciting than it used to be, thanks to Old Spice.
Roderick said we needed to get the windows out the back. That's the best way to get out of this.
Yeah.
Roderick said we needed to get the windows boarded up as quickly as possible so that the house could stand a chance at resisting the zombie horde that was approaching. Roderick seemed pretty concerned about the amount of ammunition we had. We only had enough to take a couple of those things out, not nearly enough to take out a horde. As we were debating this, the zombies started to slam themselves into the walls of the house. A few windows broke, but our wooden barricade seemed to hold. For the moment, we were safe, and I think we all needed a rest. Tuesday, none of us could sleep last night with those things pounding at the walls. There's more of them now. For every moment I'm awake, I'm in constant fear that one of the barricades will give away, and that those things will get in and kill me. I tried calling Mom last night, but it keeps going straight to her answering machine. I don't think they made it. Hello, you've reached Susan Heffley. Please leave. Roger keeps telling me that they are fighters, and that they would have made it somewhere safe by now. Maybe a bunker where there isn't any phone reception. I doubt that, though, since yesterday they left to go to the hospital with Manny to visit Grandpa. We haven't heard much of what's happening out there, especially since the emergency broadcast had just shut off. But it seems as though hospitals would be the worst off areas, with all the different kinds of people rushing there for help. They're gone. I know they are. Holy shit! Just as I was writing that, I started to hear gunshots. I ran downstairs to help Roderick fend off the zombies that had just broken in. But when I got there, I could see Roderick looking out the window. Relax, just someone in the street. It turns out that one of our neighbors got surrounded by the horde and was now having one last shootout.
Yeah,
His
it's
guts
over.
didn't stop him from being overpowered by the zombies, however, and he was torn apart in the street. Riley soon came over to see what was happening and suggested that we go out and help. Roderick shot the idea down straight away, saying that if we go out there, we'll be torn to shreds. I didn't want to admit it, but he was right. Roderick pointed out how our neighbor had dropped his gun and that we need to retrieve it. I thought it was a terrible idea, but Roderick made a good point, saying we needed another weapon and the ammunition. Riley was also unsupportive initially, but he too eventually thought it would be beneficial to have another weapon with us. I soon pointed it out, however, that it would be nearly impossible to make it past the horde. Roderick said that if we make enough noise on the other end of the house, the horde will be distracted, giving him enough time to run and grab the gun off the street. I had to admit it. It sounded as though it could work. We need that gun. Roderick told Riley to go to the other end of the house and start banging on the walls. He also gave me the gun and told me to cover him. I told him that he should have the gun, but he said he couldn't draw attention to himself and that it would be better if I had it in case one of these things lunged at him. My hand shook as he passed me Dad's pistol, but I knew I had to do it. I couldn't let these things get him. Riley went straight to the back of the house and started making a lot of noise. For a second, I thought they might realize what we were doing and come crashing through the windows. However, it seemed to work. The horde began moving. Roger told me to help him tie some bed sheets together. Then he jumped from the second-story window. I watched as he ran across the porch, dodging some stragglers, but most of the horde were on the other side of the house. I felt Dad's pistol shake in my hand. I didn't know that I could use it. Is taking the life of those things the same as a normal person? I don't know. But I shouldn't be thinking of that right now. Just as Roderick knelt down to pick up our neighbor's gun, one of those things lunged at him, grabbing him by the arm. I quickly lifted the pistol and aimed it. I hesitated at first, but seeing Roderick wrestle with that thing pushed me to do it. I fired the gun. Its head exploded. Roderick looked stunned. Roderick dropped to the floor, his attacker falling on top of him. For a second, I thought I might have hit Roderick, but I could see him begin to move. He pushed the thing off of him and just stared at it. I didn't know what he was doing.
Probably that move was
shell-shocked? Was he hurt? He soon snapped out of it, scrambling to his feet. He turned to run, but then looked back and picked up the gun. Luckily, he made it just in time. The horde must have heard the shot. They started pounding at the walls, harder this time. They were pissed. Can they get pissed? I don't know. Roderick was covered in that thing's blood. It wasn't red, though, more like a dark brown. He didn't say anything, just turned. And with a blank stare, he left the room. Riley was a bit shook after hearing the shot, but I comforted him and saying everything's all right. I had to admit it. He did a good job, and I let him know it. It's getting late. I should probably go to sleep. Maybe tomorrow will be a better day. Wednesday. The power went out. And water, too. Luckily, Roderick had the foresight to fill the bathtub with several liters of water. It should last a while. Riley just so happened to have the radio on just before the power went out. It's not good news. This is an emergency broadcast. The government has collapsed. The president is dead. The virus has spread to every corner of the globe. Fatalities are thought to be in the billions. No help is coming. Unfortunately, we didn't get to hear the end of the announcement as the radio wasn't battery powered. Riley seemed upset. Roger didn't say anything. I couldn't believe what I just heard. The government collapsed? Is that possible? Yet, we all heard it. I'm starting to think that those things out there aren't only attracted to sound. It's almost as if they know we're in here. They pound at the walls, trying to get in. We don't make all that much noise. Definitely not enough to be heard from outside. Sometimes I just sit and look out the upstairs window. I can see them in the distance. A house isn't the only house surrounded. I can confidently count at least 6 others. But I can also see those things walking, either towards us or another house. Are they maybe attracted
that would have
to the
been
sound
so
of the horde?
awesome.
Or do they know we're in here,
A fan could
surrounding
turn
us on
to
all
a real
sides, pounding
movie
at the doors and the walls,
or a
waiting
show.
for something to break so they can get in? I haven't been sleeping much. We're on day 3 of being stuck in this godforsaken house, and I've had maybe an hour's sleep. It's those things, the sounds they make, groaning, screaming. I swear I heard a few crying, and the way they slam themselves into the house. I can't take it anymore. I can't. I think Roderick's about to crack. I haven't been able to speak to him since yesterday. What happened on the street it really got to him. But earlier, he came up to me. He looked sick. I asked him if he was all right, but he didn't answer my question. He instead turned to me and said, "You know, you really saved my life the other day. I guess I can trust you with this." I didn't know what to say. Honestly, I didn't even know if I should take it. But with those things scraping and pounding at the walls, I did. Roderick told me it only had a couple of rounds left in it, and to only use it as a last resort. I told him I understood, and took it. I went to thank Roderick, but he had already left. I checked that magazine, and as Roderick said, it only had a couple rounds in it. I don't think Dad's pistol has much in it either. I think I should stop saying his name. Maybe call it Roderick's pistol from now on. I don't want to think about what happened to them. I've still had no luck getting in contact with Mom or Dad. I can't hear Mom's voicemail anymore. It just cuts off. I chose not to tell Roderick this. It might hurt him even more. Riley hasn't been eating much lately. At first I thought it might be because the only edible food we have left is tinned goods, and I'll admit, it's hard to eat him cold. But now I think it's something else. I don't think he's coping well. I didn't think about it before, but at least I've got Roderick in the house. Riley truly has nothing. The least I can give him is a friend.
Here, the best way for us, if you want to survive a zombie, is you gotta go to the store and just rob the food. Just rob the food. Pretty important for survival is just rob the food. Just rob it.
I went up to him and asked if he wanted to play a board game with me. He seemed better after. I laid Riley's eyebrows with the torch. Ouch! It was the first time we felt normal since it all began. I think we both needed it. After our game, I went to go find Roderick. There were a few issues we needed solving. My main goal was to find a way to contact someone on the outside. Maybe even call for help. I know the government is gone, but maybe the military are still out there. Maybe there's a safe zone. There was only one way to find out. Grandpa's old radio's in the basement. I just don't know where. I walked down the stairs to find Roderick, but I couldn't see him. That's when I saw something. Something was on the basement table, covered with a sheet. I edged closer and pulled it off. I screamed. It was one of those things from before, the one Roderick shot. I'd assumed Roderick had dumped it outside before the horde arrived, but here it was. It wasn't as it was before, though. Its head was almost completely shattered from the bullet, but its chest was open, and I mean completely open. Like someone was, you weren't meant to find out like this. Roderick had cut it open, and he had started to look through its organs. I was shocked. I didn't know
this
what to
needs
say.
to be a movie,
Roderick
honestly.
didn't either. He just looked at me. I spoke first after that. Asked him what the fuck he was doing. I needed to know how they run, how they survive. I checked if their organs worked like normal. They don't. I told him what he was doing was sick. This thing, it was a person.
Probably.
And now you're digging through its chest.
About to be the
Roderick didn't seem too fazed at what I
Massacre.
said. I think he's had a lot of time to think about it. Is this why he looks sick? I asked him what he meant by their organs don't work. He told me that there's no possible way they can survive. Their organs were rotting. Their stomachs can't store food. I was skeptical. They walk, they talk.
Always use double tap.
They're upstairs right now, pounding at our walls. I know this because my head feels like it's going to explode from all the noise. But Roderick said he was right. These things are dead. I still didn't know what this meant. Roderick explained further, saying these things aren't killing for food. They're killing for the sake of killing. I don't know what to say. I didn't think about it all that much. But if that were true, those things outside really are here just to kill us. Roderick began to sob. I think he could see the expression on my face. I'd hoped that eventually those things will move on, leave our home, and go someplace else. Maybe then we could have escaped, but we were stuck. They're trying to kill us. They're not going to leave. I asked Roderick if he thought they knew we were in here. He said he thinks so. It's as if they have a sixth sense. They just know we're here. It's what I had thought before, but hearing it from someone else made me sick to my stomach. I left Roderick down there. I didn't say anything else. I didn't tell Raleigh what I just heard. I thought it might destroy him. I went back to my room and looked out the window. There I could just watch them. Like before, I can see them, more of them, slowly walking towards us. Thursday, food, gone. Water, low. Mom was meant to go grocery shopping before all this happened.
Just rob the
Which
store.
means
It's
we've
the only way to
officially
save it.
run out of food. I haven't seen Roderick since yesterday. I don't think I want to see him. Riley just sleeps most of the day. I can't blame him. Without food, I'm really tired too. I didn't find Grandpa's radio. Dad must have gotten rid of it some time ago. I think we've lost something. Something worse than losing our food. It's like we've all lost hope. I don't believe rescue's coming anymore. And neither does Riley. I don't think Roderick ever did. I told Riley we have to get out of here. He asked me how. I do have one idea. Hey man, all I'm saying is, it's quick and it's efficient.
Yeah.
Throw Riley
Really
out
bad
there
song to
and
survive.
fucking go the other way. Hey, you don't look back and you just keep running. That's the simplest way to get out of this situation. Hey Roderick, I need your help. I told Roderick I had an idea. He told me to get lost, but I kept talking. I said if we could get his van into the garage, we could use some of Dad's tools, reinforce it, and drive it through the horde. Roderick turned. He looked surprised. Then he thought about it. He said the only problem would be first getting the van into the garage. I'd also thought about that. I suggested we do as we did before, with Riley banging on one side of the house while we jump out to the front. Roderick said that there are way too many now, that it would be impossible to get them all into our backyard again. Just then, Riley came down the stairs. I think he might have heard what I was saying.
Yeah.
He said he liked the plan, and even suggested we do the noise distraction
a lot more
again.
strange.
Roderick repeated what he had said. Riley chimed in, saying, "What if we did it at night?" Roderick said it could work. If he snuck past the horde in darkness, they might not see him. I'd even seen from upstairs, there weren't that many by the van itself. They were mostly on the street and at the walls of our home. I told Roderick it still might be worth Riley making a loud noise towards the back of the home. Drag some of those things away from the front. Roderick seemed to agree. We set out a plan. Step 1. Riley makes loud noise at the back of the house. Step 2. Roderick jumps into the van. Step 3. Greg opens the garage. Roderick insisted he jumped from the second-story window onto his van, instead of leaving through the garage. He said there would be less chance of them seeing him. I was more worried about him breaking a leg or something, but he said there was no other way. Riley seemed happy about making another loud noise at the back of the house again. My job was to open the garage door, let Roderick in, then close it before any of those things got inside. Roderick told me that he would have his gun on him, but he won't use it unless he absolutely has to. He told me the opposite. He said that when I open that door, if any one of them is trailing after him, shoot it. I wasn't sure how I felt about that. I'd already done it once before. Could I do it again? Roderick didn't let me ask, though, as he hurried off to get ready. Tonight, we do this. Thursday, 11 p.m. Roderick's getting ready. He's putting black tape over his arms. I asked him why, but he didn't answer me. Riley seems more nervous than usual. The house has taken one hell of a beating. All of the downstairs windows are broken. We've had to put a lot more wooden barricades over them to make sure.
Bro said one hell of a beating. I'm done, man.
Those things don't come flying in. The walls have begun to crack. Bits of plaster lay on the floor. They've definitely tore off the wood panels from outside. I think Riley's scared it won't hold much longer. And to be honest, I'm scared too. I don't know how much longer this house is going to stand. Eventually, they are going to come flooding in. Let's just make sure we're not here when they do. It's dark outside. Really dark. Since this all began, I haven't been up that late. Since all the power went out, it's pitch black outside. The same as it is inside. It makes hearing those things a lot scarier. Roderick's ready. He's got a blank stare. I don't think he's too happy to be going back out there.
Bro,
I reassured him, saying I got his back in case anything happens. Bro. I've got your back in this.
Come
It
on,
didn't seem
man.
to calm his nerves.
That is not good.
I can't say I blame him. Looking out into the thousands of faces in the horde makes me sick to my stomach. I couldn't imagine going out into them. Riley said he was ready. It was go time. Riley started hammering the walls, creating a really loud noise again. It worked. The horde began moving away from the front of the house. Roderick sprang into action, jumping from the window and landing onto his van. He then jumped onto the floor, opening his van. That's the last thing I saw. I rushed downstairs and into the garage. I waited for the signal. Roderick said that he would honk his horn when ready. Finally, I heard it. I lifted the garage door by hand. Since the power was out, the switch no longer worked. Roderick reversed his van as quickly as he could, flying past me by inches. I threw the door down, just as they started slamming against it. Roderick was ecstatic. We did it, and there it was, in our garage. The thing that was going to get us out of here. Riley eventually walked into the garage. He looked a lot better, hopeful. He asked me and Roderick what was next. Time for some refurbishment. Saturday. I didn't write in this thing yesterday. All three of us have been working hard at reinforcing the van. I'll try to draw what it looks like. Metal gutters, barbed wire, metal chain link. Our energy has been real low since we all ran out of food, and reinforcing Roderick's van has nearly killed us off. The water in the bathtub finally ran out today. It really is now or never. We've spent the better part of the morning loading the van with useful items, weapons, medical supplies. It should hold all three of us and our necessities just fine. Roderick was worried that if those things got onto the roof, they could tip us over. So we took some of Dad's war reenactment barbed wire and covered the roof. To cover the windows, we took some metal gutters out of the basement. And for the back doors, we covered it with some chain link. Everything was welded or bolted on. We used up literally everything we could find. The banging on the walls have gotten worse. They're coming through. I know they are. It really is just a thin plasterboard that's keeping them out right now. If that goes, we've had it. Roger was concerned that they might get stuck under the van and bring us to a stop. In that case, there wouldn't be much we could do. We both got our guns. Riley's got a kitchen knife. I think we're ready. Roger got into the driver's seat. Riley got in through the back. My job would be to pull the garage door up, then bolt back to the safety of the van. This time, however, there was no distraction. We would be facing the full might of the horde. 1, 2, 3. I didn't give it a second thought. I dashed for the van. As soon as I closed the back doors, the safety of the van. This time, however, there was no distraction. We would be facing the full might of the horde. 1, 2, 3. I didn't give it a second thought. I dashed for the van. As soon as I closed the back doors, Roderick accelerated. He smashed through the front of the horde. Those things looked truly stunned as I opened the door, and now they would meet with 3.5 tons of solid metal speeding at them. The first few exploded as they made contact with the front of the van. Progress was slow, but the van was moving. A couple of them got snagged on the barbed wire and were getting dragged with us, but it did keep them off the roof. The van shook violently as they slammed their hands and their bodies against it, but it held. We eventually cleared the horde. Thank God they can't run. I looked back one more time to the shattered remnants of our home. It looked so different. For the first time in a long time, I'm excited. I think we all are. I don't know where we're going, but the Horde is behind us. No matter where we go, they will come. They will find us. Suppose we'll just have to keep moving. The end. Okay. Wow.
That one wasn't as disturbing as the last one, but that one was pretty awesome. Probably one of my favorites. I could just read this over and over again. Alright, now we're gonna react to the NAHH one. Oh fuck. Alright, seen this guy before, so yeah.
I never follow the usual path. Like nature, a shift.
It's better on writing terms, but not good on the fact that they're siblings. Ugh.
DeviantArt is an app that needs no introduction, especially if you're familiar with my channel. It's a place that somehow manages to attract some of the weirdest and most disturbing individuals online, along with their bizarre and peculiar artwork. Recently, I covered a Loud House fan comic I found on DeviantArt called It's Not Your Fault, which is basically a comic that starts off normal but quickly escalates when one of the
Bro. Let me see this one. Gumbo getting abused. Bill and Georgie from It. Hello Neighbor Diddy Philia and Heffley says? Oh, hell no. Hell no. Hell no, bro. I expected a lot worse. This is way more fucked up than the No Nut November fanfic we just read yesterday. But yeah, I'm gonna try this one. But yeah, that one pretty much shocked me. Y'all really love watching that stream, so yeah. We're gonna try the one where it all began.
DeviantArt is home to some of the most horrendous art you will ever see in
AI
your life.
everywhere.
Inflation, feet, diapers. If it's disturbing enough, it will be present on that website.
This is why I'm not
But
active
every
on
now and then,
DeviantArt.
buried under the tons of inappropriate and bizarre images, you will stumble upon something different. Something that gets your attention and just won't let go. It's the kind of thing that feels almost out of place on DeviantArt. Well drawn,
decent.
thoughtfully written, and unsettling in a way that lingers long after you've scrolled past. A rare anomaly in the shithole that DeviantArt is. You probably don't know what I'm talking about, and I know that this introduction makes me sound like a crackhead who approaches you on the street. I'm talking about the comic It's Not Your Fault, a fan comic based on the Nickelodeon show The Loud House. The Loud House is one of those shows made for kids and teenagers, but for some unknown reason, it attracts older audiences, much like My Little Pony and Bluey. And when a show picks up a lot of older fans, things tend to get weird. Sometimes you find cool stuff like fan animations, interesting theories, and generally impressive artwork. But other times you end up with things that make you stop and go, why the fuck does this exist?
Ugh. Makes you never want to ask to Power Reader again.
I'm doing it. I'm
Never.
gonna get the Monopoly Panini Prism FIFA World Cup 2026 booster box. Let's see.
Kind of funny that on the Come Sail Away episode where Rita gave out fan service. That was funny. That one was funny. It was around season 1.
The older and bigger the fandom, the more likely you are to stumble across something unsettling. And that is exactly what happened to me. Recently, I've started browsing more on DeviantArt, mainly to gain ideas for thumbnails, videos, and such things. But during one of these scroll sessions, I stumbled across It's Not Your Fault by... I'm not even sure how to pronounce this. At first, I wasn't sure what I was looking at.
Nice.
The art was way better than what I usually expect from a
This
Loud
is
House
a real
fan
life
comic.
series
It
episode.
almost looks like something the actual creators of the show would make. This kind of quality felt out of place on a site notorious for its, other kinds of content.
What the fuck is that?
But the more I read, the more I realized this wasn't just some random fan project. It had weight, it had emotion, and most of all, it had something deeply unsettling about it. So let's break this thing down and talk about what makes It's Not Your Fault such a unique and honestly kind of disturbing comic. But before we dive into it, I've got to give a quick warning.
Okay.
The content mentioned in today's video deals with some heavy and potentially disturbing themes, so viewer discretion is advised.
Start.
The comic starts with what seems to be a grown-up version of one of Lincoln's sisters, Luna, preparing to enter the family's home. She is extremely excited about this moment, recalling that she hasn't seen her family in a long time. However, at the same time, she's also skeptical about the idea of joining them for Christmas, as they apparently had some sort of disagreement that led her to distance herself from them. She stares at the door for a while, debating whether or not to enter, when someone suddenly opens it. Lena Loud, an original character who is Lincoln's daughter in this story. Lena looks around in confusion, swearing she just heard her Aunt Luna at the door, even though no one is there. Luna had quickly hidden before being seen. Lincoln tells Lena that it's highly unlikely for Luna to join them that day, and suggests she go help Lucy, another one of his sisters, who is searching for something in the attic.
I don't know why she
Lena
covers her
agrees
eyes.
and heads upstairs to assist Lucy.
Trying so hard to be
however,
Billy
remains
Woods.
by the door, quietly reflecting on what happened 11 years ago regarding his sister Luna. Deep down, he knows she's there. Realizing that her brother is aware of her presence, Luna panics. Overwhelmed by emotions, she turns and runs away, tears streaming down her face. She doesn't want to confront the past, but as she flees, memories of what exactly happened 11 years ago start to flood her mind. It all started the day Luna introduced her girlfriend Sam to the family, which, by the way, their relationship is
real. It is real.
Luna brought Sam home that day so she could get to know her family.
Who's packing Rita? I am. No, I'm just kidding.
And have dinner with them. At the dinner table, Luna is extremely nervous. She knows how chaotic her siblings can be, and she worries that they might give Sam a bad impression. However, to her surprise, everything is going perfectly. No fights, no food flying, and everyone is behaving normally.
But
yet, despite this, Luna still feels anxious and unsure about having her girlfriend around her family. Eventually, the anxiety takes control of her, and she suddenly rushes upstairs, texting Lincoln to come talk to her. Lincoln immediately rushes upstairs to see what's going on with his sister.
I know what's gonna happen.
Starts venting to him, expressing her fears that things between her and Sam aren't going to work out because of how chaotic their family is. Lincoln comforts her, assuring that everything will be fine and that they should head back downstairs. Before leaving, Luna asks him for a favor, to keep their sisters away from Sam and her. In exchange, she promises to help him with his love life, a deal that Lincoln gladly accepts. The scene then shifts back momentarily to the present, where Luna begins hallucinating about her brother, recalling how he broke the promise he made to her. In this imagined conversation with Lincoln, it is revealed that somehow Lincoln and Sam ended up getting married. This implies that...
What the fuck? Bro, He married Sam instead of. No, bro. No. This can't be, man. This can't be.
Lena, the daughter we saw earlier, is the result of their marriage. Back in the past, Luna is daydreaming in class when she's suddenly awakened by Mazzy, one of the members of her band.
Best idea
She has some exciting news for Sam and Luna. There's a massive upcoming rock music event in Royal Woods.
Please don't tell me it's played loud again.
While this is amazing news, there's one major problem. They don't have enough money for the tickets. However, Mazzy has a plan to get them in for free.
Actual character in the real show.
They participate in the rock contest at the event, which would not only grant them free entry, but also give them the opportunity to perform in front of a huge audience. Something they've been dreaming of for a long time. However, Luna and Sam are not big fans of this idea, saying that they don't have enough experience for something like this, and even worse, they only have one song written. Unfortunately for them, Mazzy had already taken matters into her own hands. She had signed their band up for the contest before even telling them. This completely shocked Sam and Luna, causing Luna to collapse and pass out. Meanwhile, Lincoln is putting his sister's love advice into practice. He confesses his feelings to Stella, who is initially unsure about dating him, but ultimately decides to...
Another character in the actual show, too. There's a ton of them. Some, maybe, some OC, some characters in the real show.
Give him a chance. And also a kiss. All of this is seen by Lincoln's friend group, who are upset that Lincoln didn't tell them earlier about his confession. Still, they're happy for him, except for Rusty, who is secretly resentful because he had feelings for Stella himself. He will be the villain of this story and the reason why everything starts to fall apart for both Luna and Lincoln from this point on. Yeah, it's pretty wild to think that a mostly relevant character from the show ends up playing such a major role in this comic.
But there's a lot of house farms made Luna abusive yonder to Lincoln, which made Luna quote unquote straight in this comic. Had ex-boyfriend that says, that's insane. You heard Black Ops 2 and 1 on PS5. Wait, are you talking about the original or the terrible remake?
Lincoln suddenly gets a call from his older sister Lori, who tells him that Luna lost conscious at school and is now resting at home. He rushes home only to find Sam already there
Black
with
Ops
Luna,
is better than
which is
90% of the recent Call of Duty
tell him
games.
that Luna was alone like 5 minutes ago. Anyway, Sam tells him about all the shenanigans Mazzy did, which ultimately led Luna to pass out. They go to the living room to discuss how the hell their band will be able to make more songs in time for the rock
take a look
contest,
at Reddit's response. It didn't go well.
To Lincoln's love life, which, as we know, is going pretty good.
He has an affair now.
Which, as we know, is going pretty good. For now.
Hell no, it's not gonna work.
He asks for some kissing advice since he never had a girlfriend before.
Ronnie Ann.
For Stella, and Sam decides to help him. Not in the way that you're thinking, though. Luna finally wakes up after hearing a lot of noise downstairs. And when she decides to take a look, she finds Lincoln awkwardly kissing Lucy's creepy vampire statue. The three of them continue discussing how on earth they'll manage to write more songs in time for the rock festival. Lincoln promises to help however he can, which makes Luna appreciate what a good brother he is, or at least what a good brother he was.
Adventure Time first.
Ask privately with Duck.AI.
First thing I get is a shitty AI ad. Oh, fuck. Let me get this thing ready. There we go.
The scene gets back to the present where Lucy and Lena are still searching for whatever it was they were looking for. That's when Lena stumbles upon an old broken rock guitar, one that doesn't seem to belong to anyone in the house. She knows her family has been keeping a secret away from her, and she's certain it has to do with her Aunt Luna, the relative no one ever talks about.
Yeah, it's kind of
Lena
strange.
is tired of not knowing the truth. Tired of not knowing why Luna left when she was born and never came back. Lucy, on the other hand, made a promise to Lincoln. A promise to never tell Lena what really happened 11 years ago. The reason Lena was born, and the reason Luna left. But when Lena holds Lucy's precious vampire statue hostage, she starts stalking immediately. In the meantime, Luna is revisiting some of her old memories as she visits her former school. The same one her friends, sisters, brother, and ex-girlfriend used to attend as well. She's still having visions of her brother talking to her, and through their conversation, she recalls a memory buried deep in her mind. The day she broke Sam's trust by bringing up the one thing that Sam had always asked her to never mention. The festival was only a few days away, yet Luna and her band hadn't even finished writing the lyrics for their second song. This stressed Luna out completely, and things only got worse when a soaking wet Mazzy burst in, insisting they go practice in the music room.
Not good.
Luna refused. She was determined to finish writing the song since time was running out. But Mazzy kept pushing, which led to a heated argument between them. Sam, trying to de-escalate the situation, suggests that they all could practice later at Luna's house. But instead of calming down, Luna turned her frustration towards her. She began insinuating that the real reason Sam wanted to go to her house was to see Lincoln because she was in love with him. Lately, Sam had spent a lot of time with Lincoln, and even taught him how to kiss a girl. With Lucy's statue, of course, but nevertheless, they were indeed spending a lot of time together, and that was bothering Luna. Sam tries to dismiss all of this nonsense, but Luna wasn't having it. She demanded to know why Sam had suddenly taken such an interest in spending time with her younger brother. And when Sam tried to explain herself, Luna snaps, saying, "So, what are you going to tell me? Will you tell me that everything is fine and that I shouldn't worry? I grew up surrounded by a big family, and I know when someone was lying. You don't know it yet, because your family has been fragmented since your father abandoned you.
Yo ass fucked up the hard way, bro. If you seen that sign, you know it's finished. You know it's over. You know you're fried, bro.
This was the secret Sam had begged Luna to never mention. Her father had left her family when she was very young, a trauma that Sam had never been able to overcome. But Luna, blinded by rage, crossed the line. Sam takes off running. She doesn't know where she's going. She just knows she can't hear another word from Luna.
Man.
She eventually stops at the bench outside, trying to catch her breath, when Lincoln suddenly stumbles upon her.
I was questioning why I was censored, but
he offers to walk her home, but she refuses, saying it would only bring back bad memories. So instead, Lincoln walks her to his house. When they arrive, she can't bring herself to tell him what really happened. She's still too shaken by Luna's words, so she just tells him it's something she needs to work out alone with Luna.
Bro,
Lincoln
I've seen that one too.
It was. She take a shower and
it was a nightmare to look at, bro. A huge nightmare. Talking about the Clyde babysitting Lily. Exactly. Bro told Sam he needed to go to the store, pick up a gallon of milk, and never came back. Sad hood movie.
Sad hood comic. She's soaked from the rain. Sam takes the bath, and since Luna isn't picking up the phone, she and Lincoln find ways to entertain themselves while they wait for her to come home, mostly by cooking something in the kitchen, or at least trying to. While messing around, Lincoln notices some peculiar marks on
Honestly,
Sam's
why is she
arms,
wearing her clothes
marks that
too?
look like cuts. And this is where Sam's tragic past is revealed. After her father left, her mother started drinking heavily, and her brother isolated himself from everyone else. With no one to really talk to, Sam sadly turned to self-harm as a way to cope. And this is also why she liked spending time with Lincoln. Being around him reminded her of the times she used to spend with her own brother, back when her father was still there. Those moments with Lincoln were like reliving the past, the good memories that helped her forget how broken her family truly was. Meanwhile, Rusty is still mad that Lincoln took Stella from him. What does Lincoln have that he doesn't? I mean, just look at him. He's basically the perfect man.
SpongeBob ass teeth. He's got that Cameron Diaz ass head, bro. Princess Fiona teeth ass.
He decides he has to do something about it. There's no way he's letting Lincoln just take the girl of his dreams without a fight. So this genius comes up with a plan.
Quote unquote.
Sneak into Lincoln's house, break into his room, steal his diary, and find something that could make Stella dump him. As he gets closer to the house and peeks inside, he's shocked to see Sam dancing with Lincoln in the living room. This opportunity was too good to go to waste. He needs to take a picture of them together and send it immediately to Stella. Seeing her boyfriend with another girl was definitely going to make her mad. And that won't be hard, since Lincoln and Sam start doing things that, out of context, would look really bad. But on the upside, Sam has totally forgotten about what happened with Luna earlier. Dancing with Lincoln is making her feel
bro.
weird,
I know what's gonna
but in a
happen.
good way. Is it happiness? No, it's something deeper, but she can't quite put her finger on it. Could this be foreshadowing something? After getting tired from dancing, they sit down on the couch. Then, out of nowhere, Sam asks Lincoln for something totally unexpected. She leans toward him and asks for a kiss.
Bro, hell no, bro.
Hell no. Hell no, bro.
Lincoln freezes, his mind racing.
See, that's my reaction.
Sam is
I was
already
like,
dating
hell no
someone,
at this
his
one.
sister. He can't do this to her.
Hello, Night
What kind of
Panther.
brother would he be? But he doesn't seem to be able to control his body. He starts leaning forward, and just as
The
they
way
are
he
about to
keeps
kiss,
backing up.
Sam pulls out that weird vampire statue, and Lincoln ends up kissing that instead of her. Again. Like, at this point, he might as well just break up with Stella and date the statue. So, basically, Sam was just messing with him. A pretty messed up prank, but still just a prank. Because of this, Rusty missed his perfect opportunity to take a photo of them kissing. And now, he can't be around the house anymore since Luna just arrived. Right away, Luna tries to apologize to Sam, the typical "I messed up, please forgive me" kind of apology. But everyone knows you can't just forgive
the damage
what she
is already
did
done,
overnight.
man.
Luna took Sam's messed up family situation and used it to hurt her on purpose.
The damage is already
Luna's
done.
apology attempt doesn't go as planned, leading to another big argument. However, the discussion is quickly interrupted by Mazzy. She needs to show everyone something on her phone. When Luna takes a look, she can't believe her eyes. Right in front of her is a photo of Sam kissing Luna.
Busted.
Sam is speechless. How is that even possible? And you might be confused too, because after all, Sam and Lincoln never kissed. Well, Rusty is apparently a digital design genius, because he somehow managed to edit one of the photos he took earlier to make it look like Sam kissed Lincoln. And now, that photo is online for everyone to see. Filled with rage, Luna stabs Sam and collapses to her knees. She's completely devastated. She can't stop thinking, why would her brother and her girlfriend do this to her? Sadly, things didn't end there. Almost everyone at school had seen the photo.
There goes
and
the
now Sam
pedo.
was being
There goes the pedo. Oh, I was just read this. This might be entertaining. I think this is hand drawn. I can tell. Damn, everybody's calling her a predator.
Basis for something she didn't even do. Eventually, the bullying got so bad, she stopped going to school altogether.
Who would you say would be a
As
child
for
molester?
Lincoln, Stella broke up with him, and everyone at school stared at him awkwardly. But the worst part was that Luna completely stopped talking to him. Everything just seemed lost. He lost his girlfriend, his sister, and his best friend.
It's over. His life is crushed.
Then one day, he got a strange message asking him to come to school alone late at night. Could this be the guy who took the photo? Or at least someone who knows him? He had to find out, even though it was risky going to school so late. But honestly, at that point, he had nothing to lose. Gathering all the courage he could, he sneaks out at night and goes to the school as the message said. He waits until someone taps him on the shoulder. Turns out it's none other than Sam.
Oh
She
no,
needs
it's
to
gonna be
talk
the
to
real
him
deal this
privately inside
time.
the school. That's weird, but okay, I guess. As they walk down the hallway, Lincoln starts noticing Sam's acting a little different. His suspicion is confirmed when she admits she had, quote unquote, a few beers before coming to meet him, which is already not a good sign, but it gets worse.
I know
real
the sign's
question
there.
is, why does Sam want to meet up with him privately? Did she
Because he
figure
wants
out who took the photo, or maybe
take
find
away
a way
his
to prove it was
loudness?
fake? Not really, actually. The real reason behind all of this is that Sam wanted to get intimate with Lincoln. And once Lincoln finally catches on, he tries to talk her out of it. Because to him, Sam is just a friend. And also, he's just 11 years old, while Sam is 16. Yeah, Sam is...
Can't escape the EDP allegations now. Bud really likes an 11-year-old. Yikes.
friend. And also, he's just 11 years old, while Sam is 16. Yeah, Sam isn't going to escape the EDP allegations after this. Sadly for Lincoln, there's no talking his way out of this. Sam doesn't care about finding out who took the photo, because according to her,
it's not going to go
even
well.
if they did, her life would still be miserable at home without her father there. With this, she ignores all the boundaries
Then
and
she
does
starts
the
raping
unthinkable.
him?
You probably already know what I'm talking about. That one word that rhymes with grapes, but doesn't start with a G. After the traumatic event, Lincoln completely isolated.
Dude, this reminds me of one of those NTR stuff or something like that. Except it gets worse each time you watch.
Himself from everyone. He couldn't stop thinking about what Sam did to him that night. A few days later, someone finally managed to prove that the photo of Sam and Lincoln kissing was fake. Now, Luna wants to apologize to Lincoln. She wants to reconnect with him. And above all, she wants to apologize to Sam, and maybe even get back together. But little does she know, that's no longer a possibility. Not after what Sam did to Lincoln. Meanwhile, Sam couldn't care less about the good news. She's got some big bad news coming her way.
The
Turns
damage
out,
is already
that
done,
night at
bro. It's
school with
over.
Lincoln
It's
led to
over.
an unexpected pregnancy. And now she is...
Bro, pregnancy? Nigga, pregnancy? She really had to take it from him. That's just... What the fuck, bro? You can't be fucking serious. 16 and pregnant. Yikes. That's another one.
What to do. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is how the part 1 of the comic ends. Yep, you heard that right. This comic has 2 different parts. But unfortunately, this... Yep, you...
I don't even want to see this anymore. They really had to call her a child molester at this point. Just why, bro? Just why? That's pretty much the point I said. I expected worse from this, bro. Like, what the fuck? Ugh. Alright. Most female predators who sexually assaulted their male victims, who are some of them are children, are the male victim has to carry in her abuser's baby as emotional blackmail. Can't abort it either. That's gonna make you look like a fucking killer. So yeah. The only safe way to do is put it up for adoption. That is just strange, man. Alright. I enjoyed the zombie apocalypse one. That one was pretty awesome. Kind of wish it was made as a movie. But yeah, I'm gonna go get out of here and get some sleep. Again, some more Violet Myers stuff is gonna pop up out of nowhere. Yikes. Okay, I need to go. I'm out. Bye bye.